This is the Ruy Lopez move. It is designed to maintain long-term pressure on black's center. If driven away, the king's bishop will take up a position at b3 or c2 to focus on a king's side attack or on the central squares. Knight f6. Ruy Lopez Spanish, Berlin defense, opening line. The Berlin defense was common at the turn of the century at the highest levels of play. The intent is to take advantage of the exposed position of the white bishop in some variations, but it usually leads to cramped positions in which white has more options. Castle kingside. Ruy Lopez Spanish, Berlin defense, opening line. Queen takes d4. Frees the pin on white's pawn at b2 and white's pawn at f2, protects white's pawn at e4 and threatens black's knight at e5. White wins a bishop and a pawn for a knight and a pawn. Material is even. Queen e7. Protects black's knight at e5. Castle kingside. Disengages the pin on black's pawn at d7. Bishop g5. Pins black's knight at f6. d6. Slightly better is Queen e6. Knight d5. Threatens black's queen and blocks black's pawn at d6. Queen d8. Moves it to safety. f4. Slightly better is knight takes f6, check. c5. Leads to bishop takes f6, c takes d4, bishop takes d8, rook takes d8, f takes e5, d takes e5, bishop c4, bishop e6, knight e7, check, king h8, bishop takes e6, f takes e6, rook f7, rook e8, rook a f1, rook a d8, which wins a queen, two bishops, and a pawn, for a queen, a bishop, and two knights. Better is knight e g4, leading to bishop e2, h6, bishop h4, c6, knight takes f6, check, knight takes f6, rook a d1, rook e8, bishop f3, rook e6, which wins a knight, for a knight. F takes e5, isolates own pawn at e5 and own pawn at e4. Leads to c takes d4, e takes f6, h6, knight e7, check, king h7, f takes g7, rook g8, bishop f6, rook takes g7, knight d5, queen a5, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, a4, bishop e6, which wins a rook, two knights, and a pawn, for a queen, a bishop, and a pawn. Better is bishop takes f6, leading to c takes d4, bishop takes d8, rook takes d8, f takes e5, d takes e5, bishop c4, bishop e6, knight e7, check, king h8, bishop takes e6, f takes e6, rook f7, rook e8, rook a f1, rook a d8, which wins a queen, a bishop, and two knights, for a queen, two bishops, and a pawn. This was white's only significant error, but the game remained within reach of either player. Black eventually resigned. C takes d4. Forks white's pawn at e5 and white's pawn at e4. E takes f6. Removes the threat on white's pawn at e4. G takes f6. Danger! Isolates own pawn at f7, own pawn at h7, and own pawn at f6. Leads to bishop takes f6, bishop e6, knight e7, check, queen takes e7, bishop takes e7, rook f c8, bishop d3, bishop c4, bishop takes d6, bishop takes d3, c takes d3, rook c2, rook f2, rook c6, bishop e5. Much better is h6, leading to knight e7, check, king h7, f takes g7, h takes g5, g takes f8, queen takes f8, bishop c4, d5, knight takes d5, bishop e6, rook a d1, queen c5, bishop b3, which gains a queen and a bishop and loses a rook and a knight by comparison. This was Black's key blunder. Black was never able to recover and eventually resigned. Bishop takes f6. Forks Black's pawn at d4 and Black's queen and blocks Black's pawn at f7. Bishop d7. Leads to bishop takes d8, bishop takes b5, bishop f6, h6, rook f4, bishop d7, rook f3, h5, rook g3, check, king h7, bishop g7, f5, bishop takes f8, rook takes f8, which wins 2 bishops for a queen and a rook. Better is bishop e6, leading to knight e7, check, queen takes e7, bishop takes e7, rook f c8, bishop d3, bishop c4, rook f5, h6, bishop takes d6, bishop takes d3, c takes d3, rook c6, rook f6, which wins a bishop and a knight for a queen, a bishop, and a pawn. Bishop takes d8. Attacks Black's bishop. Bishop takes b5. Attacks White's rook at f1. White wins a queen, 2 knights, and a pawn for a queen, a bishop, and a pawn. White is up a knight. Bishop f6. Moves it to safety, threatens to mate. Knight to e7, attacks Black's pawn at d4 and blocks Black's pawn at f7. Black resigns.